Well, the first round jury is tasked with essentially going through every image that was submitted to the contest and culling it or making a selection for the second round jury. So that really involves, it's a process of elimination. It involves eliminating pictures that we don't think are up to world press photo standards, but at the same time leaving enough for the second jury to be able to work with. You don't want to edit too tightly, but you don't want to edit too loosely. And as we were working through it, I think the jury found a rhythm over the course of these days. It's a very tiring and grueling process when you have to look at 70,000 images like that over the course of whatever it was, 4 or 5 days. A lot of intense concentration just to stay focused on the images. Not so much discussion. There really wasn't time for that. It was just, the image is on the screen for maybe a second, and you assess it quickly, and if you like it, you say yes, and if you don't, you stay silent. I think you're looking to see if the image is coherent, if it reaches you at some level, whether it's your head or your heart or your stomach, if it's well composed, if it communicates, if it tells a story. And there were some trends, I suppose. Syria was a big trend. We saw an awful lot of material from Syria, some of it extraordinarily powerful. We saw an awful lot of material from Hurricane Sandy, the storm that hit the U.S. towards the end of last year. We saw an awful lot of stuff from the U.S. Presidential election campaign. And then, the usual sort of smattering of smaller things, smaller events from around the world. We also saw a lot of more lighter stuff, in the daily life categories, more humorous stuff, more, whimsical stuff. In the second round, we're anticipating a lot more conversation and a lot more debate about why some pictures we feel are strong, why some pictures might be less so, and I think that's going to be very interesting. And my job as chair of the jury is to facilitate that discussion, to make sure that everybody's voice is heard, and to, I suppose, shepherd the process along so that we can reach a conclusion within the time frame that's allocated to us. What's amazing to look through these images, to look through 70,000 images or so, it gives you this incredible overview of humanity as it relates to news over the course of a whole year. So it encompasses everything from tragedy to happiness to drama to death to birth. It's just an almost overwhelming collection of imagery. And so when you finish looking at images over that period of time, you're almost overwhelmed. You stop and you think, wow, what have I seen? How lucky am I to have seen, humanity's experience over the course of the year condensed into 70,000 images? How fortunate are we to be able to see that? It's a real privilege.